constant pressure, added in by EA Sports in FIFA 18 and the new dynamic tactics. A high pressure tactic that causes every single one of your defenders to man mark an attacker of your opponent and hopefully get the ball off him as quick as you can. But let's cut it right there. EA, they took it too far. And since it's gone too far, EA have come out and they have said they have reduced the effectiveness of constant pressure by limiting the stamina of the player once activating this pressure tactic. Yes, rest in peace. And as a result, all it's done is flooded my DMs with questions and obviously inquiries as to what we should be doing to pressure the opponent post-patch. And if you did click on this video, how to constant press without losing stamina post-patch in FIFA 23, then you're more than likely expecting to learn such a thing. Well, let me just say, if you're willing to put in the work and actually listen to what I have to say in this video, then you 100% will learn how to constant press post-patch without losing stamina. But I mean, I won't be surprised if this video cops a few more dislikes than normal. And it's simply because media companies, including TikTok, has caused people in society to have a low attention span. People are always looking for that instant quick fix. And if their problem hasn't been solved, well then they just give up. And the reason I'm saying this is simply because there's no hack to actually making constant pressure work without losing stamina. And honestly, you see it in every other aspect of life. Get a six-pack in 7 days. Look like Chris Hemsworth with this diet. Are you seeing how this resonates? But what I will say is if you're willing to put the work in and actually listen very clearly to what I have to say, then you will simply prevail in not only FIFA 23, but also every single year to come in terms of pressing your opponent. This is how to constant press without losing stamina and indeed defend like an absolute G in FIFA 23. Have you ever heard of the saying, constant pressure this year is honestly like MS-DOS pressing in the E-World Cup final? Well, today is more an MS-DOS defending tutorial, and in general it's how I personally defend because I adapted my defending style off the man himself. You see, the thing is, with constant pressure, it uses the AI to press the opponent for you. It's very lazy, it's an alternative to not learning manual defending, and if you guys want to actually prevail, and if you want to become a top tier FIFA player, then you need to listen to me and actually learn how to press manually with the right stick, second man pressing, and in general, the 4 stages of second man press. Now, I've gone through this before, but the 4 stages include with second man press, learning to get the angles with the right stick, anticipating the flow of the play, tracking runs, and then the ability to press the opponent by selecting multiple defenders at once to then squeeze him off the ball. That is 4th stage, and this is what the video is about. The 4th stage of right stick switching and pressing the opponent. You see, the thing is with MS-DOS, how he is defending is he is simply selecting multiple defenders at once to squeeze the opponent and constantly press him when the opponent is attempting to attack. Literally, when you're playing against MS-DOS, you will struggle to get into his half because of how he presses. It's similar to constant pressure, and the way he defends is almost identical to constant pressure. He is switching between multiple defenders at once with right stick to push them up together as a unit to press and suffocate the opponent. And I use a term in my coaching academy. I want you to press him as if you are suffocating him with a plastic bag and not allowing him to breathe. It's exactly what I mean. You want him to not breathe and to not think of what he's going to do next because you're pressing him that much. The way you do it is essentially you need to select one of your defenders, run him up towards the ball carrier, then switch off to a second defender. The first defender, you then want to second man press with him. And if you have run him up close enough to the ball carrier, he will be the closest player to second man press with, because that's, as we know, is how second man press works. It has to be the closest player to the ball carrier. Okay, you have that first defender that you had selection of, run up and press the ball carrier. Second of all, you have another defender, and that's the second guy you selected. You want to run him up simultaneously with the second man presser, not only press the ball carrier, but also cover a passing lane at the same time. This will cut off a passing lane to him and will also put more pressure onto him. Then comes selecting the third or the fourth player, depending on which direction the actual ball carrier turns when you press him with the first 2 defenders. is the direction that you want to switch to next, and it will be the third or fourth player that you select then. As I said, depending on which direction he turns will depend on which player you select, because there will be a third and a fourth defender around that area. You want to then select him and then cover the passing lane whilst at the same time simultaneously approaching him. This will allow you to keep a wall around the opponent while simultaneously cutting off passing lanes and covering the space. This is how you press manually. Don't forget, you need to use second man press for this, but you're constantly using the right stick to switch between the defenders to move up as a unit and press the opponent off the ball and suffocate him. Do not allow him to breathe. Now, if you do want more in-depth version on how to right stick switch, it is in my complete defending tutorial. Okay, if you haven't quite got right stick switching down pat and the actual getting of the angles correct, which is the first stage, I break that down in my complete defending tutorial. But this is the fourth stage, the most advanced stage, and it's how you press manually with right stick switching. Super important, and of course we're not using the AI, we're not using constant pressure, and we're not losing stamina, hence how you actually constant press the opponent game in, game out for 90 minutes straight without losing any stamina, and in general having more control of the game. Okay, that's how you press, that's how you defend, like a pro, and MS-DOSery like the man himself. I hope you enjoyed it. A bit of a different video today, but I wanted to release it because a lot of people have messaged me asking for this, and I've delivered it for you. If you haven't subscribed, I think 70% of you guys that are watching haven't subscribed. Tutorials year in, year out, as you know, your boys got you covered. Check them out. The link is down below to those. And also, of course, check out the Coaching Academy if you want one-on-one coaching, or in general just to join the Discord. It's up to you. And yeah, I'm on Instagram as well. Check that out. But as always, I hope you have a good day. I'm out. Sayonara. Au revoir. Adios. Salam. Ciao. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. And lastly, if you do want any pre-gaming fuel or supplement, then head over to atpscience.com, which is the first link in the description, and use the code AussieFIFA at checkout to get yourself a discount. Not only is it the cheapest way to get supplements, but it helps me out a ton, guys, so thank you.